Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have the newest vlog for you of the last month when you're seeing this, the month of October. Yeah, I've been doing these kind of to-do lists since, well, last month, September, and you've also maybe seen the vlog of that, of just doing a to-do list for the entire month. I've seen multiple YouTubers do that, particularly Darling Desi, and it just seems like a really fun idea. Just to spend the weekends doing fun stuff and to have something planned, because knowing myself, if I don't have a list of stuff to do on the weekend, I will end up just watching YouTube videos or scrolling Instagram until the end of time, which is not ideal. Anyway, I have two things from last month's to-do list still left to do, 2 books to be precise. But still, I wanted to challenge myself and make a nice list for this month as well, so let's see how far we can get. And here's a quick interlude of making cupcakes. If you want to know more about how to make these cupcakes, I recommend looking up a recipe because I don't know what I'm doing, but I also made them last month, so yeah. I just kept it short, and this time I did actually remember to decorate them for Halloween, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a cooking video in between. I'm gonna make a quiche and I'm going to be quite lazy. Don't mind my face, by the way. It's Saturday. I need to also wash my hair and, yeah, you know, ready myself for another week of life. But anyway, first food. I bought, well, actually, I had my parents, again, lazy, buy this Koopmans hartige taart mix. Not sponsored or anything. Again, I'm lazy, and this just contains the mixture for both the dough, like the pie crust, and also like the liquid stuff that you have to throw into it so it actually sets. So yeah, basically that's it. I'm gonna have to read the instructions first to figure out which I'm actually going to do first. What I'm gonna throw in it, I don't have a recipe, by the way, beyond just, you know, the crust thing. I'm just gonna wing it. I enjoy cooking like that. But yeah, I went to a landwinkel, which is basically a farm store near the Röde here in Rotterdam. But anyway, I bought a pumpkin because it's autumn. I'm also gonna throw in 2 onions, some mushrooms, champignon. I have no idea what they're called in English, but they're like the edible mushroom, obviously, yeah. And also these little blocks of goat cheese. I'm not sure if I'm going to toss everything in there, but, you know, whatever. And obviously salt, pepper, and a little bit of other herbs, like pumpkin spice type herbs, but I don't want to make it sweet, obviously, because it is a savory dish. So yeah, let's start. Now, I will admit once again that I'm lazy. So I did actually use this kitchen machine. It's sort of an off-brand KitchenAid thing that we once bought at a local drugstore of all things. Anyway, it still works really well. But yeah, I'm just making the batter in the way that the box tells me to do. And as far as like herbs and spices and stuff goes, like I said, I just pretty much tossed in the stuff that I also put into pumpkin soup. I quite honestly don't remember exactly what I put in. I think it was nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of chili powder, pepper and salt, obviously. Stuff like that. But you can just add anything you like. That is the beauty to me of a quiche. You can pretty much make it with any kind of filling. I've used the same batter and stuff for fish quiche, goat cheese quiche, anything really that you like. Just make sure that the insides aren't too liquidy, so don't put like whole tomatoes in it or something like that. Just because you don't want it to get too soggy. Like the sauce is made to go firm. But if you have a very, very watery filling, then I don't know if the batter is actually going to get nice and crumbly or like hard instead of, soggy. And nobody wants, well, maybe some people want a soggy quiche, but I don't want a soggy quiche. So yeah, make sure to just not add ingredients that are too watery. I also toss some regular cheese, grated cheese on top, just because I like the crust. That's totally optional. If you want to make it vegan, then you're also going to have to replace the eggs, but you can totally leave stuff out. Now, this part is going to be quite a long bit because I actually went on vacation this month with a friend this time instead of alone. So we took the car instead of the motorcycle, which is why the footage you just saw and we'll see throughout this vlog was, of a different ride. But yeah, anyway, it's autumn. I love autumn. I love autumn food, but I also love autumn colors. And I also love mountains. I mean, I'm Dutch. We don't have mountains in the Netherlands. So any mountain is just stunning to me. And especially the Alps are just freaking beautiful. But yeah, we were kind of early to get into the hotel. Too early, basically. So we actually ended up looking on Google what else was along the way, and it turned out there was this like tree top path, and there was also, you know, an old path down the trees, which was a lot of fun. We got really super lucky with the weather as well, because seriously, this would have been a lot less fun if it had been raining. Now, the hotel we went to is Sur Post, which is the hotel that I also went to the last time I went to Schwangau. And also the time before that, which was incidentally the first time. It's a really good hotel. They're really super friendly there. The rooms are clean, the rooms are pretty. I just really recommend it. Also, because it's not super close to the castles, it's like half an hour walk away. Way shorter with the car, obviously, but anyway. It's also not that expensive. They don't have a spa or anything, but I don't really enjoy saunas and stuff anyway. And it has a view of the actual castle. Super pretty. They also have single rooms, by the way. I was in a single room last time I was there, and it was also very nice. But yeah, basically, you just don't get tired of a view like this. Every single type of weather and lighting just makes the castle look gorgeous, and it's just, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, it is a fact that I had never been there in autumn before. I had been there twice in winter. So it was very, very nice to see the lovely autumn colors, especially during golden hour, and just look at the castle. There was also a television in the room, but looking at the castle just... it's just unreal how beautiful it is. The first time I saw Neuschwanstein on Instagram pictures, I actually thought that it was fake. So I looked it up, and it turned out to be real, and that's basically how I ended up going there, because I wanted to see it in real life for myself, and trust me, it's even more beautiful in real life. Now, for the castles themselves, you can only visit them with a tour, and I really recommend doing that, because both the tours of both the castles, so in Schwangau Castle and Neuschwanstein Castle, they're both absolutely beautiful inside and outside, and also the history is super duper interesting. Way too long to tell in this video, so just, you know, look it up if you want to know more. But anyway, I do recommend if you want to visit the Marienbrücke to do it early, because the later it is, the more busy it gets, and it's just a lot nicer to walk on it and take pictures and film and stuff without a gazillion people there. But yeah, you just get this gorgeous view on Neuschwanstein Castle. A little bit of history: it was built by Ludwig II, and he started building it, or, you know, having it built in 1869, so that's super long ago. It's actually built on two ruins. You can kind of see it in the bottom there. But it's built on the ruins of, okay, I'm going to butcher the names, but Vorderhöhen Schwangau Castle and Hinterhöhen Schwangau Castle. On those two he built Neuschwanstein, but it was never finished because he died under mysterious circumstances in 1886. So to this day there are parts of the castle that were just never finished because, well, he died, so he stopped paying for it. Basically, nevertheless, it is a beautiful castle. The history of King Ludwig II is also very interesting, so definitely look that up as well. But yeah, and he and his parents used to live in Schwangau Castle. And the ruins that he built Neuschwanstein on are ones that he actually encountered on walks with his mom. Another thing you can do around this area is taking hikes. When you go there in winter, I can tell you from experience, you cannot walk all the way around the lake because there's too much snow and ice and stuff. So it's actually closed off then. But now in autumn, we could actually take a hike around the entirety of the lake. Now, I do recommend wearing good hiking boots because there is some climbing involved and like a lot of pretty steep pathways. So yeah, it's they call it a beginner hike, but it's a beginner hike for people who are used to mountains. So if you're not used to walking in the mountains, I personally would not consider it a beginning hike. It is an actual hike, you know, it's not like a leisurely walk, but it is a lot of fun and the views are absolutely stunning. Another thing that is a lot of fun is to take a ride on the Tegelbergbaan, which is a cable cart up and down the Tegelberg. Unsurprisingly for anyone who knows any German. But yeah, it's super high. It's seriously high and I'm terrified of heights. But this is the hotel all the way down in Schwangau from the Tegelberg and a castle near a lake. And now let's zoom back and see how far away exactly it is. And keep in mind, the entire mountain is icy and slippery. It's so gorgeous and I was so terrified because, like I said, I'm not very comfortable with heights. It's totally worth it though. And yeah, again, in winter you can't really do a lot of hiking there because everything is closed off because of the danger of avalanches and the fact that the path is below like 3 meters of snow and unfindable. But yeah, in autumn you can actually take hikes and just... Oh, trust me, you can take a gazillion pictures here. You can just spend hours there just watching the landscape. It's so beautiful. This little chapel actually, it's closed off unfortunately, but if you angle it right, you can actually see that the windows tell some kind of story about someone fighting a demon or a monster or something. It doesn't really look like an animal to me. I don't know what the story behind this is. I didn't look it up. You could totally look it up if you want to, but it did look very cool. As does this view. Fun fact, you're actually right next to Austria when you're here. But yeah, there's multiple hiking paths and one of them is the Koningsrunde. I'm not good at pronouncing German words, am I? Anyway, it was icy, it was rocky, it was a challenge. Trust me, it was a challenge. We didn't actually finish it completely. There's also a cross high up the mountain that you can walk to, but neither my friend nor I had the guts to actually go that far. We had to go back on our asses downwards because it was so slippery. But yeah, it's totally worth it though. And that actually brings us to the end of this video. Now, keep in mind, I was actually following a notebook and like checkpoints, a to-do list. I did not actually finish everything, including the books once again, so those moved to next month again. But that's fine, because we have the entire winter to basically do indoor stuff. I also didn't do a makeup tutorial just because I really didn't have inspiration or really felt like doing makeup. But anyway, it was a fun month. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please click the like button. And if you want to, you can also subscribe to my channel. And yeah, obviously, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!